Okay, so step one is going to be to cut the little lengths of yarn that you need to make your garland. So the way I do this is to use my little magnet ruler. Okay, and I've got my yarn here, and I'm going to start by holding the end of the yarn kind of in the center of the ruler, because this is where I'm going to cut in the end. So that way I'm not making a really short piece here. The first couple of wraps, I'm just making sure I've got that little end locked in place. And then I'm going to go ahead and wind as many as you want, really, but I like to fill up pretty much the ruler. And I'm wrapping kind of loosely. You see, I'm not pulling really hard. As long as you're kind of, just like knitting, keep your tension the same, then you're going to get the same length of pieces. And then I can even sort of cinch them down so I can fit more wraps on here. And keep going. Wrapping, cinching them down. Okay, that's enough for now. I'll just show you. I'm going to take my scissors. Now you guys got a different pair of scissors. Use any nice little sharp scissors that you've got. And I'm just going to cut right down the middle. And if you need, this ruler is flexible, so you can give it a little pinch just to give yourself some more room there. And this is not an exact science. Just go ahead, cut all the way down. There we go. And now you've got all these little pieces that are ready to go on your garland. So I'll show you what one will look like. Basically, to find the middle, I'm just folding it in half like this, and there's my center. I take my needle, any kind of needle, poke it through, and pull it down. Now, you've got a lot of little pieces to do, so to be a bit more efficient, I like to take 2 or 3 or 4, whatever you feel, bend them over my finger like this, so I can hold a few pieces at once, and then I can easily wiggle my needle through 3 or 4 at a time. And then also I can hold them in place while I pull the thread through, and this just helps keep them from sort of spinning and getting off center. Okay, pulling them up to my rest that I've got going on here. I'm going to put a few more on, bending them over my finger, putting the needle through 3 at once. You can do more or less. And this goes pretty fast. Okay, and then after you've got a few that are loose like this, just take a break once in a while here and give them a little cinch down. You can even go further down your garland and start to pull from here. You see a little bit of looseness in there. Make sure everything is nice and snug. Okay, so the other thing you might want to know how to do is how to make this string longer, because if you didn't start out with all 6 feet, because that's pretty long to work with, then at some point you're going to have to lengthen the string that you're using for the core of your garland. So here I've got the 2 ends because I've cut my yarn needle off, and I'm ready to add some length to this. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually tie a knot between both ends of my first string. Okay, now you can do this any way you like. I like to do sort of a quick and easy way where you just wrap it around your finger, as long as it's overlapping at some point here, and then I'm just rolling it off. See how it gets all twisted up? Then using my nails or my fingertips, just pulling it down, and it makes this little kind of knotty, a little messy knot, but it's very sturdy. Okay, then I'm going to kind of open up this loop and take my new string. So I've got the 2 ends here, and I've already threaded my needle with the new string. I'm going to loop this through. So one end through my old, the other end here, and I'm going to do the same thing and just tie a knot in these 2 ends. So I'm wrapping it around my finger, giving it a good spin, and pulling all that mess down, and I've got another knot. Now, to keep these from being too big and getting caught on all your stuff, just make sure that they're separated a little bit like this. So you don't want both knots in the same spot. And this yarn has got quite a bit of space in it, so you shouldn't have too much trouble with it catching. If you find it is catching, just go back and do a smaller, double knot or something. That's not going to take up so much space, but I think you'll find it won't give you too much trouble. Let's have a look. Take a few little pieces here, fold them over my finger, thread them through. No problem. You'll feel that catch a little bit, but it's not going to get stuck. And there you go.